Do you ever wonder what frequency and vibration and recurring numbers and angels and guides and raising your vibration all have to do with one another? Well, I'm going to share today how they're all connected, and it's just an unfolding awareness of how organized the universe is and how we are energetic beings connected to a greater, beautiful frequency, and it communicates to us in all of these ways. My name is Sonia Choquette. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you, and I wonder if your spirit guided you here. If you're returning, thank you for returning. You are most important to me. We are in the middle of an intuition revolution. And frankly, I am the leader. I have been doing this and teaching people to turn on their intuition as not as an optional benefit for finding parking spaces, but as the key compass of your life. How to live intuitively is becoming more and more evident to all of us as not optional, but essential. But it is a new way of being guided. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of experiencing life and energy. And I'm just basically guided by my teachers and guides, and I have many spirit guides that work with me to lay foundations again, basics. So anybody who wants to step in and start raising their vibration feels they can, that they're not listening to some strange language. And for those of you who have been working these muscles, reinforcing the foundation is really going to be important. So first, let's learn to speak spirit. It is a language of frequency, energy, vibration, and the way that energy is communicated is through numbers. Universe is got these recurring patterns and frequencies that are mathematical. And the more we understand the meaning of numbers and understand that they kind of make sense, it's not some rocket science. It's just really practical in many, many ways of how life is mirroring back our frequencies. So let's go back to 1111s or 111s. That's very common because the universe is really broadcasting for us that we are all united and connected, and we all share one energy, one heart, one breath, one spirit. That's really important. So has 111 been in your life? And how can that connect to my intuition? Like people say, I keep getting 111. What does that mean? But zero back out a little bit and ask if you are trying to make a decision, or you're trying to connect to some inner guidance, or what are you contemplating on when that 1111 shows up, the 1111? What are you focused on? Because it is basically a universal yes, go for it. That's what that 1111 is it's an encouragement to move forward and go for what it is that you're concentrating on. This is mirroring, go back. So when you see that, don't try to figure out what that means. Stand back and think and observe, what am I wondering, or what's coming through? Maybe I just got a big idea or a good download or some great inspiration. Then I see 1111. That's the universe saying, pay attention. And that's how the universe speaks to you. That is one of the ways your angels and guides speak to you, because it gets your attention. Now, another way that the guides speak to you, and this is another power number, is 22. 22, 22, 22222. A lot of people see this number. And this is a number that says, you've got this, you know this. It's a mastery number. It's a mirroring number. 2222 is the ones doubled. It creates a foundation. Try to visualize this. Don't get too heady or complicated about it. But when you see a 2222 or any 22, consider that that's just a sign from your angels and guides that are giving you a thumbs up. You've got this. Believe it. Believe what you're feeling. Believe what you maybe haven't articulated. Believe what's happening. Believe what's coming to mind. Believe yourself. This is really an important affirmation from the guides, because we've been taught not to believe ourselves. We've been taught to ignore what we feel. We've actually been sometimes punished for trying to believe what we feel. So this is to interrupt that, to override those old patterns, to say, believe it. Now another, of course, kind of just go through the numbers, but when you get 333, It's a message from your angels and guides to say, try new things. You know, one plus one, you plant a seed and you put it in the dirt, you're going to get a flower. That's 3. You know, a notion and an action equals an outcome, a creation. So when you get 333, there's a couple of ways that your guides are trying to get through to you. It's saying do something creative, or believe in what you are creating, or too much in your head and logic. Let's go do something creative. Go create something. You know, a thought and an action together make a third thing, the creation. So when you get the 3 3s and you get the repeating 3s, your guides are saying, look, enough thinking about this. Try something, anything. Go create something. Create a cake, write a letter. You know, I was talking to my granddaughter the other day. We FaceTime on the phone because she's in London and I'm often here in Paris. And she took the phone over and she put the phones while I'm like, my view is the ceiling. And she said, Nana, I have to create some art. It's abstract. Now she's 5. She says it's abstract, but I have to create something because we've been talking a lot. And I laugh because she's 5 and she knows that I have to create something. It's time to create something. So the 3 3 3s is your invitation. You say enough talking, enough figuring out, create something. Even if it's an abstract coloring on a piece of paper for the moment. The guides are saying that changes your energy and frequency. So your guides, especially your teacher guides, and especially your reassurance guides, the ones that want to speak to your fears and speak to your insecurities, which are really up for a lot of people, because let's face it, the world is wanting us to be insecure by the non-stop blathering broadcasts of information in an instant to say, be afraid, the world's messed up, be afraid. So when you get the 4 4 4s, it's like, see, you don't have to be afraid, you're okay. Just come back to the foundation. Think of the 4 squares to build a building or a garden or create some standing thing. You know, it really is about reassurance. So if you're feeling insecure and you're feeling ungrounded or threatened or just free-floating anxiety, and you see a 4 4 4 or 4 4 on the clock or 4 4 4 on your phone, your guides and your angels are giving you a hug. They're saying, you're safe, we got you. You're okay. Believe it. And believe it. Feel that grounded energy, that grounded frequency. You know, these numbers don't come out of nowhere. They correspond with what's happening with you and how your guides and angels and higher self and creator are speaking directly to you in this vibrational language, not words, symbols. Symbols, numbers are symbols of frequencies. Now, another one that people are really experiencing a lot is the 555. I'm getting that a lot. And that means things are changing in the outer world, and be prepared and be willing to let what needs to change. Be willing to let what needs to change. That's the important thing. Are you willing? Because, you know, to our egos, change is scary. But the planet is changing. Your soul is growing. It's coming more online. And when you get those 5s, ask yourself, what am I thinking about or resisting changing when I see those 5s? Or what do I know needs to change? And the 5s are like, do it. Time to let go. You know, I remember once I was getting a lot of 5s. It was time to let go of my very brief tenure of a job when I was working in a restaurant. It just wasn't, I just needed to get back to school and do some more serious things. And I kept getting this 555. And my favorite song at the time was the Rolling Stones song, Wild Horses Couldn't Drag Me Away. And I knew that was my ego fighting my spirit, because I was thinking, no, I'm having fun at this restaurant and I'm serving pizzas and hanging out. And it was important. It was an important period to have that kind of fun. But it was over. And my ego was like, I don't want it to be over. And so, songs will pop into your head, and they might be ego songs and they might be spirit songs. Just decide what the song was. That was definitely an ego song. But then I would get 555 5 times a day. It seemed like I would look at my watch, or I'd look at the wall, or I'd see it on a license plate or something. And I said, okay, fine, it's time to go. It's time to get back to things, to growth. That's what the 5s are about. It's time to grow. And you know what happened after that? Shortly after that, I actually wrote about this in one of my books called The Psychic Pathway. I had the guidance to go to France. And when I thought about it, it just seemed so overwhelming. Like it was a dream, but it was guidance. And when I got those 5s all the time, I started to take the action. I went back to school. I had stepped out of school. And when I went back, I asked if I could enroll in the international program, and I was told absolutely not. But I got that 555 again. It was just in a car license plate in the parking lot. I went and sat on the grass, and I asked my guides, if this is such a strong impulse, then help me. And I got this strong impulse to go ask the dean to let me in, even though the head of the department just said no. And I did, walked right in. It's a long story, and it's in my book, The Psychic Pathway, but the long story short, I met the dean quite accidentally. We intersected right when I was told I couldn't speak to him at all. I spoke to him for no more than 3 minutes and told him I needed to go to Paris. It was a soul thing. And I got a full tuition scholarship to go. Not only did I get in the program, I got the gift to how to make it happen. So you pay attention to those 5s and changes, because they're also trying to tell you that the way you receive is maybe going to be different. It's going to change. It's maybe not your hard work and same approach. It might be a gift. 6s, 666 really scares people because it's sort of the mark of the beast in the Bible and all of that in Revelation. But what really 6 means is pay attention to your choices. What are you choosing? Own it. Are you choosing from your ego? Are you choosing to keep your ego defended? Are you behaving and speaking from the ego? Are you lashing out? Are you saying things you're not accountable for? Are you choosing to ignore your intuition? Are you choosing to be victimized by other people instead of really responsible for your happiness? I mean, this is the hardest number, which is why everyone goes, oh my God, it's a bad number, because it means own your stuff. People aren't comfortable with that. We'd rather be told, well, we understand, too bad, poor thing. But 6s, they're your call to account. So when you see a lot of 6s, it's like, whatever you're telling yourself probably isn't the truth. And you probably need to look at something a little more closely and honestly. So this is a tough number, but it's an exciting one because it brings the most promise for radical change and improvement. And then we can go on to the next number, 7s. I love 7s. 7s are in the Bible. 7s are in spiritual books. 7s are in mystical teachings. 7s are magic carpet rides. It's like the universe is going to help you, but you need to let it. So it's basically an invitation of don't control things. Let the magic happen. So if you get repeating 7s, or a 7, or 7s keep popping up, that's an invitation to realize that as much as you are supposed to be responsible for yourself, if you get 7 frequencies, your guides are saying, hey, we're here. Let us help. Let us help. You're not letting us help. You're too busy. Now, I remember my mom was really big on 7. She was deaf. She only listened to vibration. That's how I was raised. Listening to vibration is the primary thing to hear, energy, frequency. But 7s for her were always gifts. Whenever she'd see a 7, or, sometimes we'd play cards as kids with her. And when she get the 7, she'd go, oh, that's the angel, I'm going to win. And she usually did. When that 7 came up for her, it meant we're helping you. So if you see 7s, that means we're helping you. And if you want help, you can do the 7. You can call out the 777. You can write it out. You can sing it out. It's frequency. It's vibration and symbol. It's frequency that says we're going to help lift you up. So it's a good number. 7 days of the week. The planets are sevens. There's lots of sevens rotating around saying completion. Let's go up. We'll help you go to the next. And 8, I think it's called a lemniscate. It's the infinity symbol over your forehead here. It's the infinity symbol, meaning life goes on, energy goes on. You're a powerful being. When you get 8s, you're powerful. Use your power. The power of your spirit, not the power of your ego. The ego isn't powerful. It's more like a bully. And bullies, all we know, is more scared. This usually comes when you're in a power struggle. And one thing you do with 8s, what's really nice, is you can actually envision tracing your forehead down, up, the 8, over and over, and just saying, I release this power to God. I release this power to my higher self. I release this power to my divine helpers. I open up to the power of the universe. Now, 888, it's called the Lion's Gate in the calendar, astrology-wise, August 8. And if the final number ends up as an 8, that's 88. And then, let's see, 2026, the 26 was an 8. So 8s are saying, look, you have the power to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You have the ability to. And 9s are completion. 9s are like, job well done, take a rest, let things unfold, realize what's over, acknowledge. And these are the numbers and how they come. You can both be aware of them as they're coming to you. Your angels and guides are calling to you. Your higher self is beaming. Your teachers are beaming. It's a universal language of spirit. So they make sense. If you start noticing, put in the comments which numbers come back to you, and then connect it to something in your life that I mentioned. What needs reassurance? Where do I need to create? What's changing? Where do I need to examine my choices? By letting myself be helped. Do I feel powerful? Time to call in the 8. We're all connected. So put in the comments and relate it to things in your life, because that's when it takes off big time. It's not all random. It's not woo-woo. It's not dismissible. It's organized, but we're learning a new language, the language of spirit and how it communicates. This is one consistent, reliable, ancient way. So use it. If you like this video and you found it useful, please give me a thumbs up. That's really important. Better yet, give me a like, but give me a subscription. Come and join us as we're learning in the Intuition Revolution how to be multidimensional, how to communicate with spirit, how to receive the messages, how to make my life less difficult, how to be empowered, how to speak spirit. Doesn't speak your native tongue, but we all can speak vibration, and numbers are consistent. Okay, that is the message for today. If this was helpful, leave a comment as I've asked. Maybe you can maybe read the book, The Psychic Pathway, my book that I wrote, The Psychic Pathway, which begins to just share a little bit about how to be a multidimensional person, and that it does make sense. This is not just, you just didn't wander into the twilight zone. And if you're here, get that foundation reinforced. It's really good. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. All my love.